Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I hope we are all in the same page on this regard that I'm providing very, very important, very, very crucial civil justice sign off for myself, and some multitasking is a wisdom. So I will quickly read through the civil justice so that we all can be on the same page, and I wish you all can understand the severity of the crime I'm displaying to the USA government and why it is the highest priority that needs to be fixed now. How 50 states of USA, Republica and or Democrat House of Representatives, regardless of males or females, provided USA elections 2020 without any amendments for Native Indian tribes, without having amendments for child marriage population, without having amendments for Swiss Guard, Vatican rifles, deadliest nuclear weapon, drug, tax fraud crime. Elections 2020 of USA is destroyed by prostitute Pope Francis is proved, and USA must provide tax-free millions or billions of salary for I displayed the deadliest elections crime to USA prostitute Pope Francis must resign now. And I, Vethapriya, PROSE, must be the Vatican leader now is civil justice served, as in Holy Bible guidelines only. President Joe Biden violated national operations guidelines and must resign now for Swiss Guard rifles drug tax fraud crime. I, Vethapriya, PROSE, must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served, as in Holy Bible guidelines. Without having amendments for child marriage population created by Antichrist, not having amendments for Vatican Swiss Guard rifle drug dealers tax fraud crime, and no amendments whatsoever for Native Indian tribe eligibility highest to be president of USA amendments. How on the earth the Republican or Democrat? It's a speaker, it should be the House of Representatives, okay? Just be aware that this session is all about the House of Representatives. How on the earth the Republican and Democrat House of Representatives of USA even provided elections in the past 500 years and also in 2020? How child marriage population, how Swiss Guard rifles drug dealers of Vatican, how Native Indian tribes provided voting process in USA in past 500 years? Why prostitute Pope Francis destroyed 27 amendments of USA? And why USA never disciplined prostitute Pope Francis for destroyed USA operations and rather allowed the true criminal to live free? State of Wisconsin Department of Government of USA must pay tax-free $500 billion for State of Wisconsin never provided PROSE salary to I, Vethapriya, PROSE. Department of REPUBLICA and Democrat government agency of USA must be sealed and shut down for human endangerment, and I, Vethapriya, PROSE alone can bail out banks of USA. I, Vethapriya, PROSE must be the Supreme Civil Judge, Family Law Judge, Children Law Judge, Medical Law Judge, Finance Law Judge, and all types of judge to lead USA and nations worldwide is civil justice served. I, Vethapriya, PROSE must be the Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations and must be the ambassador of all nations starting with India and must get dual citizenship, and USA must rename Rod Liban Building in Tamil Nadu after my name. At fault and found guilty in all counts of crime of deadliest human wild endangered species, Vatican Justice crime of Department of Federal Banks of Divisions USA is, as of March 23, 2021, civil justices, how Democrat Congress and Republican House of Representatives government agency of USA even provided elections voting process for child marriage population, for Swiss Guard Vatican rifle drug dealers population and Native Indian tribe population, and provided tax codes and tax credits and tax returns process for child marriage population created by Antichrist Pope Francis. How? How Democrat Congress and Republican House of Representatives government agency of USA provided welfare economy improvement process since 1935. When Antichrist Pope Francis provided deadliest Swiss army nuclear weapons, toxic lethal drugs and war crimes worldwide. What went wrong in the brains of the USA government? All are educated population, isn't it? There are no monsters in the House of Representatives. So why? Why they lost their mind? Why they were not able to see the true criminal with their own God-given eyes? What went wrong? How their God-given eyes got blinded? Why? It is impossible, isn't it? It is impossible to provide an election when there is no three very important, very crucial law It's never written in the law book. One is, there is never amendment written for child population that was created by Pope Francis Antichrist. And then there is a never amendment written for the native Indian tribes are only having the highest eligibility to become the president of USA. And then there is never amendments written for the Swiss Guard, toxic, deadliest nuclear weapon, drugs, rifles they provide from the Vatican. No law written for that. And without writing those laws, how on earth the elections 2020 was even provided? Yes, my dear fellow man, can I prove that President Joe Biden is at fault mode? Rather than him being in the jail, I am asking him to just get out of the White House and go to his hometown and live his retirement life. Means I am not joking here. Because the crime is just super rocketing. Nobody can joke for this deadliest crime that's provided here. It's not a spam, it's not a scam, it's not a deceptive misinformation. It's not even a movie, it's not a documentary, it's not a stand-up comedy. No. This is the deadliest crime I'm displaying to the USA government. That needs to be fixed now. Without fixing all this crime, USA government cannot dare to start a government operation, but President Joe Biden started it anyways. He got the curse from the God of the true Christianity. Right? When people are not going to listen to me, it's not a curse. It's not a curse. You all should know how the true Christianity, God of the wrath of the God, operates. He took the curse on himself, right? It's almost like President of US is almost like a pilot. Pilot means what? It's not only the pilot's life is in the air when he's taking the airplane in the air, right? He has to be accountable and responsible for at least 300 passengers in the airplane. But when a leader is going to be a president of USA, he or she is going to take care of the 300 millions of population and worldwide, because USA is the only one who is feeding all the nations worldwide. Does he have any common sense? Can you see why nobody can understand the USA government is super foolish and their eyes got blinded? They just cannot understand the wisdom. And that is why God is God, always there. He took the curse on himself. Nobody can help now. Even I cannot help, right? I already said, Vethapriya, please help me. If President Joe Biden is going to ask me, I will say, sorry, President Joe Biden, I'm helpless here. I only wanted to prevent you to get any more curse from the Vatican, and you got it anyways. You took the curse on yourself. Just get out of the White House. That is the least help you can provide at this point of time. Right? Tell me, without having those three amendments, these people are telling them, proudly telling they're the lawmakers. Why they never even bother to write it? Do you all know why they don't bother to write it? If they're going to bother to write those three important laws, they all will get questioned by the population and they all will be fried in ashes. Population will ask all the USA's Republican and Democrat government to just get out of the USA, get out of the earth like that, for whatever crime they provided. You know, we all got it why Department of Justice is broken in pieces and how those 5 people signed injustice must be puking pus, right? Must be puking worms. Must be, shedding tears and crying out in panic because they are the ones who created the COVID-19. They cannot run and escape because whole wide world is super mad about this COVID-19 crisis that's going on right now. And I mandated those 5 people to kneel down in front of entire human kingdoms, for they only created the COVID-19. I never asked them to create COVID-19. I never asked them to sign injustice. Can you all see I'm God's child and it's a supernatural power only, it's working right side by side with me? I never went and begged anybody to hurt me. I never went and begged Walmart to throw acid on me. I never went begged an Associated Bank to throw acid on me. It's they who threw acid on me. They took the curse. They should have known how to be ethical, use ethical standards. When I was talking, when I was conversing, when I was providing only ethical human standards always, all the time, it is the foolish people who threw the acid on me, isn't it? It's the foolish people who threw acid on me. And I must get the civil justice in front of all nations only. I must get the rightful job that rightful belonged to me. They stole that rightful job to me. Where on the earth the Brett Kavanaugh will have his face right now, this moment? When the Swiss Guard rifle drugs is the deadliest crime that's creating wars worldwide, where on the earth the Brett Kavanaugh will have his face? He was busy throwing acid on me. He was busy wanting to steal the rightful job that rightful belongs to me. Now where on the earth he is going to have his face? You tell me. Without having the rightful amendment laws written for the child marriage population, how on the earth he can be shameless be a Supreme Judge in the Supreme Court? How many women are there in the Supreme Court? Now we all got it by the truth, who was able to withstand all types of cancers in her life. She just died last year, 2020, because somehow or the other she could have sensed it. She could have sensed it. Whatever she did on her part was wrong as well, right? She got a statue. She got some bronze or a golden statue, whatever. But what I'm saying is they can fool people. They can fool the population. They can fool the nations, but they can never fool God. They can never fool God. Can you all see the difference? Why always the true Israelite, why they fear only God, nobody else? There's a reason behind it. That is why the Israelites are very wisest people. They are the God-chosen people, means war. They fear only God. They die for true God, nobody else. And the population will even mock them. Bully them. Hey, why are you fearing true God? Why can't you be like the other people who are not fearing God like that? They'll just pass by in the silence. They fear only true God. The highest standard of living is fearing true God alone, nothing else. What is the fearing true God? Holy marriage law mandated only. What is the highest standard of living? Heaven. What is heaven? Holy marriage law mandate. Now can you all see how each women in the USA government divisions are the deadliest, venomous prostitutes? I don't know whether the speaker is having a child or not. I don't even want to know about that. Right? But why on the earth they forgot 3 important laws is all I'm asking about. I have all the rights. I am the true owner of USA, isn't it? And I know my blood is super boiling because I own the USA one side. I know that, the truth. And how the true identity is being mandated to be stripped off, I know that injustice enforced on me as well. And allowing the deadliest wild endangered species, Queen Elizabeth II, to live free in the Buckingham Palace, there's no other crime beyond that. USA anyways provided it. And Pope Francis is for each and every single second allowed to live free is another deadliest crime. Yes, my dear fellow man, it's the deadliest crime. Now can you all see how the 27 amendments has been destroyed and even the population never knew? Yes, here the America, the 300 millions of people, other than the South Americans and other people, I'm talking about the English-speaking Americans, right? They can speak English because that is their basic language. But they do not have any of the education and the wisdom whatsoever on what exactly of the crime of the government is going all about. There's an innocence there. And the USA government exploited the innocence and of the population. Until I stood up and educated the birthright. Now I'm educating the birthright for you all, my dear fellow mankind. Without these 3 amendments, amendments means war. See, they wanted to create confusion, isn't it? They could have said it, in the simplest way, law, L-A-W, law. But they wanted the population to be confused. They said amendments, right? They said amendments. So the 300 million population, I'm talking about the white-skinned European foolish population of USA, they do not have any clue what is amendment means. The brain will not even think about that. Already they had undergone through a lot of stuff, hell, dark ages of Rome in Europe, and they are just want to get away with that. So that's how their brain will be up processing. And they just took innocence of the population and exploited the innocence. That is deadliest crime. That is deadliest crime. Without having law, rightful law, the elections can never be provided. Okay, we are taking the track record of 500 means that many years of injustice have been provided. US is destroyed. What happened to the 2020 year of elections? That is the latest election, right? That's the last of the elections that happened in USA. How many educated from the Harvard Law School must have been there? How many medical students must be produced in the Harvard Medical School? They're all educated only, isn't it? I don't even want to reach out to the other educated population. How many Christian colleges and schools must have produced the students? Why nobody knew that without writing these three important laws, they cannot even provide elections. If they're going to write all these important law, they know Senate is wrong. Senate organization must be dissolved. They know that Congress organization must be dissolved, shut down, sealed and shut down forever. A nation do not have birthright to provide wrongful law. They provided wrongful law anyways. A nation do not have birthright to miss out an important law. They missed out the important law anyways. And the USA government, the Senate, all these people were thinking they cannot live free because Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis there to cover them up. And that's what is happening, isn't it? Mitt Romney is getting dollars from Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. They are all super riches, right? I already educated you all. For how long they can get away free with this kind of a torture? 4 years is there, already 3 months gone. 3 months gone in this 4 years left. Right? And how in this 3 months itself, President Joe Biden is showing only talk show. Can you see why the entertainment people are at least okay side? They are just mocking politics like that and getting salary out of that. Can you see how the crime is exponentially increased? 3 months gone already. That much of healthy labor has been wasted, gone in vain, right? Gone in vain. And Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks got $1 million salary out of this entire crap that's going on. Are they humans? Are they humans? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this is what it's all about. This crime is deadliest. Without having healthy law in place, a nation can never even dare enough to think in the dream to provide elections. They provided the elections anyways. Right? They provided the elections anyways. President Trump is innocent in my book of civil law. President Joe Biden is at fault mode. Do you all know when the at fault mode, not at fault mode, when it is at fault mode, people have to be thrown in the jail only. So that means President Joe Biden even lost eligibility to go and live free in his hometown at this point of time. At this point of time, President Joe Biden has to take shelter only in the jail. But even in that mode, a little bit of innocence is identified. And I'm still asking, just get out of the White House means he's going to faint and pass out because there's more crime I'm going to display, isn't it? He's absolutely going to faint and pass out. I'm absolutely positive on that. USA nation do not have any birthright to collect tax of any form from population, and it is deadliest crime proved by I Vethapriya PROSE, and in true Christianity alone that is never tax is proof why Pope Francis is never Christian and is the deadliest human endangered Islam, Judaism, Zionism, paganism, communism, destroyer of all nations. Now we all got it. Now we all got it. Why on the earth Brett Kavanaugh wanted to steal the rightful job? Because I was educating the same. Then I'm educating the same wisdom now, my dear fellow mankind. Its only difference is I'm talking loud now. When I'm talking loud, whole entire planet Earth is hearing my voice, even inside the forest. If there are any people living inside the forest worldwide, anywhere in the corner of the earth, they are listening, they can hear my voice. Right? It is almost like, is it Norton Says Who or something like that? The Dr. Seuss thing that came out was a movie where that elephant alone can hear a tiny bit of voice from, it has his agent puzzle, isn't it? Nobody in that neighborhood, his friends, nobody will believe that elephant, right? But then this elephant will be educating, saying out loud, no, nobody. Everybody will think that that elephant gone nuts, weirdo. Because out of all the people he knows around himself, he alone stands out and he'll be saying, oh, I can hear a voice and there are real people out there, they are crying for help. We need to provide that help. Nobody will believe him. Everybody will mock him, and in that there will be always that villain, The villain will always try to fool the population, telling them, don't believe him, he's telling a lie like that. But finally, last few scenes only, they will realize their mistake and they will believe that elephant. So tell me, even in the movies, it's always like the people who are telling the truth have to go through that kind of a prosecution and lot of trials and tribulations, and only then the population will listen. Why? So that means a society full of educated population is also mandated to be weaved to be that way, isn't it? Only if there is a proof, only if then they can even work on to believe, isn't it? Otherwise, they'll keep on mocking. And there's another animated movie, that Lorax also. People will be just wondering why that person is keeping on, the taking down the trees or like that. So there again, the population will think something bad about the real person who's wanting to communicate the truth of the scandal. But they will not believe him. Rather, they will be believing the real true criminal, that short guy, that Danny Levito or something like that. If I mispronounce his name, please disregard it. The shortest actor. He is the one who will be acting as a villain in the Lorax. Right. And the last scene or a few climax scene, that's when they will realize, they will look around, 360 degrees they look around, and whatever damage is done to that entire nation and the community neighborhood, they will realize, oh no, it is this true criminal who did all this crap, and how on the earth we got missed out, how on the earth our eyes got blinded. And then the villain will go, right? So that means even in the movies, they want to try to teach out some kind of a communication to the population. Population never got it. Ivan Almighty talks about the government scandal only. Right. It's using the freedom of speech. That movie director, he provided the life truth. But nobody got it. Right? Nobody never got it. There was that Independence Day movie also, right? So it all talks that, and then Armageddon, right? It all talks about the indirect message. But nobody got it. USA government never got it. right? Without having healthy law, elections cannot be provided. It is invalid, it is disqualified. So President Joe Biden cannot be even president right now. So people will be mocking me only as a whatever they want it to be. One side people will be mocking me with the Q words and wish me dead. And some people might be say, oh, she's something mentally ill or whatever, mental disorder patient or something like that. She's not living in a reality. See, we all are accepting the presidency of President Joe Biden, and this lady alone is shouting that President Joe Biden can never be president. What on earth is going on for this lady like that, isn't it? This is what the educated population created society does to the civilians, my dear fellow mankind. And Pope Francis provided that crime in a meticulous way, right? Meticulous way means the criminal brains. He provided all this scam in the spider web mode, isn't it? That's why nobody was able to figure it out. Can you all see why it is God, Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it's a supernatural power after all. And it is because I was educating the same. USA should only pay the tax to the population. USA must never collect tax of any form. And Brett Kavanaugh threw acid on me. Mitch McConnell threw acid on me. Walmart threw acid on me. Amazon threw acid on me. Now they are all paying the price, isn't it? Now they must be only shouting, oh, that is God. Oh, wow. How on the earth when we busy throwing acid on this person, Vethapriya, the innocent woman, how on the earth we missed out on the true God's part of it? They must be puking now. But nobody can help, isn't it? Nobody can help. Everybody is helpless now. Oh, I can wish USA government can understand the severity of the crime I'm talking about. Without having 3 important laws, they could never have provided any of the elections. What is the best they can do right now? Please ask President Joe Biden to resign. That is the healthiest bailout process I can provide to him, when he is supposed to be only in the jail. Right? I cannot forgive President Joe Biden. It's just me. It is okay if the people are going to throw stones at me, and even at the cost of my death. In my book of civil law, President Joe Biden is at fault infinite times. I'm just only helping him in the rightful way. It's not even shame if he's going to resign now. No, he gets his own type of honor in my book of civil law justice process. Right? That is the wisdom. That is the wisdom. Here nobody can mock nobody. Nobody can mock nobody. The crime is deadliest. It's skyrocketing. And we are still only in the 10% of the 10% of the tax fraud crime I'm providing, isn't it? It's not even reducing, means that many crimes is there. That's what it means. That many crimes is still there. Don't all think at least by now I should have reached to the 5% or the 6% and only 4% left like that? No, right? I know at what point it comes up to be 5% or 4% like that. I will reveal it to you all. Now tell me, it all started with robocall poverty mandate. You all never knew what exactly it is. And can you see when that gets fixed, how all the other things also gets fixed? I said one thing, that is how a true excellent designer will provide the design. You fix one error, then all the sub-layers of the error that comes under that umbrella will get fixed. Means how much of labor I saved, how much of energy I saved with this alone. That is why software world is saluting me. They know I only can provide the design solutions. Because they know they cannot buy me out. They know they are waiting for me to provide the design phase 2 and 3. And this Brett Kavanaugh, he provided all this destruction, right? So destroying, preventing a civilian to provide healthy government public office services is also crime. And Brett Kavanaugh provided that, President Trump provided that, and the Mitch McConnell provided that, and President Joe Biden is also providing that. For how long? For how long? 4 years will come, 4 years will go. 4 years will come, 4 years will go. Year will come, year will go. Just now it looks as if we started the year and already we are in the 4th year. The third month is going to end in another 10 days, isn't it? In another 10 days. In another 10 days. And still, the Nancy Pelosi shamelessly, and the Schumer, and the Mitch McConnell, and the President Joe Biden, whatnot for the crap. They are telling, oh, we are still talking. Oh, there's more help on the way. Nothing help, no help. For me, why they even have to provide that show? If they cannot help, they can just keep their mouth shut, right? But still they have to provide that show. And they have to get the salary anyways. How selfish they can be, right? When a law is written on that amendment law book, that Native Indian tribe alone has the highest priority to become a leader of a nation, what will happen to the government offices? You all tell me. It will directly pierce into their hearts of the conscience nerve, isn't it? And they will shed tears of blood. Because 500 years, they have provided only wrongful justice. A nation providing a wrongful justice, disqualified to be a nation, my dear fellow mankind. Disqualified to be a nation. Why nobody knew that Pope Francis is a true criminal? Why? What went wrong? Why people were only cursing true God of true Christianity for all the unfortunates happening in their lives? Worldwide. Why? Why? Can you all see how because of this crime provided by Pope Francis, insurance destroyed, banking destroyed, mortgage destroyed, medical services destroyed, utility billing destroyed, retails destroyed, everything destroyed, imports, exports destroyed, fair trade is destroyed, stock exchange and bonds exchange destroyed. Everything destroyed, my dear fellow mankind. Everything. Education destroyed. People never knew, isn't it? People never knew. People were thinking, oh, getting back to the private Christian schools means, oh, highest standard of education is provided, like that. But see, there you go. Even the private Christian schools must be in the jail right now. Billy Graham is the highest, deadliest prostitute, I proved, isn't it? Meaning, out of all the population in USA, the highest level of cursed person is Billy Graham, and he died. And he got a highest level of honorable funeral, right? He can fool the population, he can fool the nations. But he cannot fool the God. He cannot fool the God. And he knew who I am the moment I only called Billy Graham the prostitute. Right? Because he's been providing all along the sermons and everybody was worshipping him as a next to God. Right? He's a pastor of USA. He went around the globe to provide a sermon. But I was the only one human, a woman, a true woman, said Billy Graham is a prostitute, highest level of prostitute. He just could not take the truth. He knew who I am and he died. At least from my end, I'm absolutely positive he should have asked forgiveness from the God in his deathbed and must have only died. right? But there is innocence there. All I wanted to see provide sign of civil justice is innocence, that's all. He is innocent. He is innocent like you, me, and like President Trump, like our hero, German late leader, late leader Hitler, like that. But then he is a prostitute. He never got married to his true love. But he says that to the world that he is married out of love, marriage, right? In the name of love marriage, how people provided all kind of hell worldwide. So, how on the earth Billy Graham knew who I am the moment I called him a prostitute? You all work on that answer. And I want only correct answer. I know the correct answer. But can you see how the God's supernatural power operates and displays God's love is always God's love? It's a virgin love, it's a clean love. It's not only Billy Graham died. I think there were two more people who died in around the same time, same year I think. I'm not sure, but around few months here and there apart, they died, and all of them were male only. One was Steve Hawkins, the atheist, whose job is to say there is never God. Holy Bible is wrong. That's what his job is all about. And he got salary for that. He's been worshipped as God by the population in London. Just for saying those two sentences. There is never God. Or Holy Bible is wrong. For saying that two sentences, two words, he got highest salary. And the population in London was worshipping him as God. I said, he's a prostitute. He died. Right. When the people knows something, God's Holy Spirit is happening, they will die. He died. But even at his deathbed, he should have asked God for forgiveness and died. Because how many human brains he destroyed just by saying these two sentences. There is never God. Holy Bible is wrong. Just by saying that alone, he got salary, highest paying salary. On the education world, he is called as a scientist, an educationist, a physicist. Right. How on the earth a man, a physically challenged person out of wheelchair was able to talk? So that is another crime in a crime, right? How the science and technology fools population. Just because he was able to move here and there like a normal human when he was physically challenged, he said there is never God. Because for him, when he was able to move here and there, it is a science and technology provided that help. Then there is a Playboy. It's a prostitution organization where males will go prostitute and females will go prostitute. They'll have free sex. Whether they are married people or not married people or celebrities or actors or actresses or government officials or whoever, crap. It's a prostitution organization. And I said, that CEO, that founder of that prostitution is the prostitute, but when compared to Billy Graham and Steve Hawkins, he is the least, very less prostitute. Saint. He died too, but when he died, he must have asked forgiveness from the God for how much life he destroyed without any awareness. He destroyed lives of people, but that is without awareness means innocence there, right? Innocence. When the people don't know free sex is disorder, brain disorder, that is an innocence there, right? In true Christianity, there is never prostitution. So who destroyed that the Playboy founder? After all, he lived his life 95 or 95 plus only. He died too. He lived his entire life by destroying fellow mankind's precious lives, isn't it? 95 years of lifetime. He was thrown with luxury, right? It is Pope Francis who destroyed him, my dear fellow mankind. It is Queen Elizabeth too who destroyed him. So, out of these three people who died, it's a life. So, it's all God's Holy Spirit. I don't know any of these three people. These three people are absolute strangers to me. But when I have to educate, I have to bring all these people here for the life testimony, isn't it? Because it's a very important judicial process that's going on. And people should know who is innocent, who is not innocent. Who is at fault, and even in the at fault, when there is an innocent, how people should be allowed to live free. Right? Now tell me that prostitution founder, he was allowed to live free throughout his entire life with luxury, super luxury, filthiest riches, right? Now tell me, is he innocent, or is Georgia shooter innocent, or Colorado grocery store shooter is innocent? Who is innocent here for you? We have to provide the innocent code. You bring even Billy Graham here and even Steve Hawkins here. Who is innocent for you? I'm absolutely positive you are going to provide a wrong answer, right? Because you all yielded to sexual immorality. And your eyes and your brains are going to be narrow-minded. And you all cannot think correctly. I know who is innocent. Right. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Both the shooters from the Colorado and the Georgia must be allowed to live free. But the population will only curse me, right? Because people will say, throw them in the jail, hang them out. We want death penalty for him, and they'll be cursing that person, those two people, right? Why the same population, why the same lawmakers, why the same Senate never even bothered to throw the same justice to the Pope Francis and fried him in ashes? Why? When the Pledge of Allegiance is saying, oh, we are under Republica, one word and one God, some blah, 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 whatever that pledges of allegiance is, it's a crap, right? It's a crap. How to the whole entire world, the shooters only mandated to look at fault mode, guilty mode. These are all the false prosecution. This is how they provide the false prosecution. Then criminal law jumps in, and all they wanted is what? This only. They want to get salary, isn't it? So they will only waiting for the white skin cops to throw the people in the jail. That's all it's needed. Then the judges and the lawyers take it from there for more crime. They can provide from their end. These shooters will be torn in pieces when they are thrown in jail. That's all. Their life is gone forever. When Pope Francis alone is providing that rifles and drugs dealings and providing it to the population to fight and kill each other, who do you think the state of Georgia and state of Colorado should throw in the volcano? Can you all get it? How I'm providing in a wisest way the multitasking? It might look as if I'm greedy for asking for $500 billion from the state of Wisconsin and $1,500 trillion from USA government, right? It says it all. Hey, USA, if you're going to provide this kind of a wrongful government, you pay the price. Just pay the price. Take the responsibility. Take the accountability. It is state of Colorado and state of Georgia is in jail already. This kind of a crap cannot continue. It needs to be stopped. And I will get the civil justice for all the people. My way only, stylish way only. Right? So to identify innocence is all, it's all about the civil justice. In civil justice alone, even the abusive patients are called as the victims of abuse. Yes, there will be at fault and innocent. Not at fault, always innocent. Are the victims of abuse who become disabled because of the abusive people provide thing. Right. But then, always in a justice and civil justice judicial process, disease creator, the disability creator must be thrown in volcano, burnt in ashes. Because then that disease creator is not there, these diseases will not be even created in the first place. That is the wisdom. That is why in true civil justice, always even the victims of the abuse are two different patients, right? In a disease life cycle, patient one is what? Disease creator. They are never innocent. They are always at fault. That's all. They must be thrown in volcano in ashes. Then the patient two is what? The abusive people, right? The hell creators for fellow mankind. Their brain is not functioning correctly, so that is why they are innocent. And their at fault mode is what? They don't even know whatever destruction they create for the mankind. For some people, they will even laugh at the people death, shedding the people. That means that itself is a proof that their brain is not working. Innocent and at fault. And because their innocence is there, they should be guided in the rightful way. That's all. They should never be punished, right? The innocent never should be punished. They are innocent. Then the third set of the patients is what? Who becomes victims of abuse. Always innocent. They'll not even know that they are going to get into this kind of a distraction by the abusive people, and still they will be thrown in that kind of a mode. And that is why the emotional trauma, the torture for the innocent is, when their injustice is bombarded, it will be too much for them to handle. And that too, when it's abruptly happening, all of a sudden after the blue, then their brain will go into shock mode. They just cannot handle it. Right? So in this patient 1, patient 2, patient 3, which patient population must get out in the volcano? Disease creator. So who created this kind of a crap? It is Pope Francis, in the name of God, saying that God, He is God. He created the Swiss army, deadliest drug, rifles, weapons, nuclear weapons, and he's selling it to the nations and the populations to kill each other every single day. If not war, let them be killed every day, to the cops, to the military, right? In the different brand names, that's all. It will not be the Swiss Guard in USA. It will be in a different names. I already provided those highest level of the names. Barrett, Remington, like that, right? And for how long the presidents will be saying, oh, we are still working on the gun control. Can you see the leadership qualities in the personality? It is my understanding President Trump alone never said that word. Oh, we are working on the gun control. He never said that. So that means even he looked at fault mode, to be mocked at mode. It is my understanding, throughout this 4 years of his lifetime, he never said that. Because he knew who is doing all this crap. It's just as he cannot say it out loud. How many people died during the President Trump's administration? Same, right? The patterns are same. That says it all, right? And President Joe Biden here is telling, oh, we are still thinking. Okay, we are still thinking of how to provide gun control. And we are also working on how to expand the Second Amendment. Are they humans? Tell me. I will only ask President Joe Biden to eat all the rifles from the National Rifle Association. Hey, Mr. President Joe Biden, you are telling you're the president, you're the leader of USA, right? You're even God. And you're also Democrat too. So please, can you eat all the rifles from the National Rifle Association, or from the Barrett rifles, or from the Remington rifles, like that? I do not want to provide that discipline for the President Joe Biden. I said what? Feed those in the mouth of Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. I was not joking. I was not joking. Right. Yes, I am tearing down Queen Elizabeth II cell by cell, and I am tearing down, I kept the knife on the neck of Pope Francis. Who is he? Who is he, that crap, to even destroy the USA nation, that is holiest nation? I already said, each nation is holiest nation. Each nation is a virgin nation. He destroyed it. He and Queen Elizabeth II went to all nations and he destroyed all the nations. Don't y'all think they have to pay the price now? The $1,500,000 trillion is enough? And yes, I was only educating, don't pay tax, people should not pay tax, and that's why they threw acid on me. Now everybody is going to pay the price for it. They took the curse on themselves, right? Walmart took curse on themselves. Amazon took curse on themselves. I don't even know whether Walmart will be even open, because the crime is deadliest. Right from the swiping the card up until selling poison, tobacco and alcohol, then genetic modified foods for more thing, then also selling rifles. Oh my God. Anyways, whoever destroyed USA operation will get out, will be fried in ashes by me. Okay? Because I own USA. I said. I know who destroyed USA. I know who destroyed India. I know who destroyed London. I know who destroyed each and every single nation in the earth. So you all keep working on who am I. Okay. Okay. So this session is all about what? House of Representatives. So here and there you can see the words Congress or Speaker, but I'm just working on very complex task, isn't it? So I'm just providing I have to go do that edit on the text, and whatever fastest way possible only I'm working on. So this session, if you're going to see in the screenshot Congress, just be aware it is House of Representatives, okay? Because they all come under the same umbrella only. Regardless of Congress, regardless of GOP, but I have to address the crime as a separate. That's how the crime count can be accumulated, right? Now we all got it why state of Wisconsin have to pay me $500 billion. Why each and every single organization I asked for, they all must pay $500 billion. And they all threw acid on me when I was only educating the wisdom. Because they thought that their software service is all wrong. The design, everything is wrong from the scratch. And they have to answer to the federal government, who will ask them to shut down immediately. Because they got the dollars fundings from the federal government and they were providing in the wrongful software all along. And people should know who destroyed those services. It's Pope Francis destroyed. So who should be thrown in volcano? Pope Francis, after all, right? I only can bail out American Family Insurance. I only can bail out Associated Bank. Can you see why it is God made me to work on all these services? It's all for preparing me to work on the poverty-free earth one fine day and crack down all the crime. I never knew, my dear fellow mankind. I never knew anything of this will happen. That is a life proof. It's a miracle of God's Holy Spirit taken control. And I am providing all the wisdom education with the wisdom given by God, isn't it? When you all cannot even see who is the true criminal. I alone can see the true criminal. Don't you all think then I should step up, be the leader of a nation, and then take care of all the people as my own family? Right? Without having those 3 laws in place, the elections should not even be provided. The least action shows what a person is, isn't it? President Joe Biden must have said, oh, this deadliest crime is going on, COVID-19 is going on. Sorry, I can never be president. Let's fix all this thing, and then I can stand for the president, and then we can work on the elections. But this is what President Joe Biden, a lawyer, should have said. Right? So it displays, it's a proof that how, in a very cunning way, he wanted to become the president just to get that president title. To power grab, that's all. Nothing less or nothing more. He's never a leader. He can never be a leader. So anyways, so for all this crime, for this House of Representatives provided crime, it is prostitute Antichrist Pope Francis must pay tax-free $500,000 trillion to each civilian times 7.9 plus billions of humans for provided elections 2020 scandal tax fraud crime in USA. Okay, so it's almost going to be 1 hour. Okay, just celebrate Merry Christmas. Sing Christmas caroling loudest. It's a rehabilitation process. You all will know why I'm asking you all to sing Merry Christmas loudest down the road. When you're all singing Merry Christmas and celebrating Merry Christmas, a festival of true love, it is Pope Francis will be fried in ashes. That is why I'm asking you all to sing loudest. Just sing loudest. Let all the nations hear your voices. Let all your nations hear your Christmas caroling on a spring day. And let them know why people are celebrating Festival of True Love. What is it all about? Let them know. And same time, let Queen Elizabeth II be fried in ashes. I'm tearing down cell by cell of Queen Elizabeth II. Nobody will dare to ask me why. Because it is a deadliest emotional turmoil that's going on here and worldwide. It needs to be stopped. This crime provided by absolute monarchs needs to be stopped. And it will be stopped. Don't worry, I am there. Okay? So thank you for your time. Take care. Bye for now.